Ashley, who's been with SFS nearly 2 years now, one of our senior members of staff, is going to present on the crop challenge, which has been going now for probably 7 or 8 years, and as you well know, I think I should probably touch on this, but it's sort of broken into two regions, the east and the west, and one of the things that we've started to do with this competition is, after the results are given out now, we have 2 winter meetings where we have more of a discussion group forum and really drill down into some of those figures that come out around the gross margins and try and sort of see what are the lessons learned for going forward. So if people are interested in that, we'll be advertising that later on and let you know where those meetings are. But over to you, Ash.
So thanks, John. As John mentioned, I'm a Research and Extension Officer with SFS. This is my 2nd year being involved with the Crop Challenge, and I was pretty keen to be involved again this year after last year. I think it's an awesome opportunity to get out and about, meet the growers and just sort of see what's happening out on the ground. So this is the 4th year we've run Crop Challenge as a paddock scale competition. It used to be run just on the trial sites and in teams, and just in plot sort of size, whereas we've sort of moved to that paddock scale now. As John mentioned as well, it's in 2 regions, so the east and the west. So the line runs roughly sort of from Beaufort down to Skipton and then to Camperdown. So some of the main purposes of running the Crop Challenge is it can be a bit of a benchmarking opportunity for growers within the same sort of area. And also, we run these facilitated discussion groups. So it's a great opportunity for the growers to get together, the participants, and just have a chat about the season, decisions that they made, why they may have made those, and all those things. So I'll quickly just run through the Crop Challenge process. So as I said, growers now select a paddock of their choice. They then provide us with the location and all of the input data, so seed treatment, fertilisers, etc. Then during this season we go out and do paddock inspection, so we have a look at crop establishment, weed, disease, pest control, crop nutrition, and then lodging where appropriate. Post-harvest we collect yield data, and then from there we calculate the gross margins. So just having a quick look at gross margin costs. So this is what we include when we're calculating them. So we've got the input costs, contract prices, and freights and levies. So we use a standard identical price per product across the board for all of the input costs. And then contract prices we use from the GRDC gross margin guide. So we sort of just get a base price from there and use those for sowing, harvest, spraying, and all of that. And then where appropriate again, we add the freights and levies. So we'll just have a quick look now at some of the harvest outcomes. As I said, it's split into 2 regions, so we'll start with the east. So looking at the grain income here, we've got Samira favour beans, which yielded really well at 3.1 tonne per hectare, and that had the highest grain income of close to $3,000 a hectare. And then Scout wheat also performed really well in this area with a yield of 7 tonne per hectare and a grain income of close to 2,800. And so then looking at the gross margins, E3 with the favour beans with that yield of 3.1 had the highest gross margin. And so this was close to $2,300 a hectare. E1 also performed really well with a yield of 3 tonne per hectare. As you can see, all of the pulses performed quite well this year, and I guess with favour bean prices, that was a big reason for high gross margins. So wheat at E5 with the Scout wheat with that 7 tonne per hectare also performed really well. Looking at the west, there's a clear winner with the grain income. An Aquadolce broadbean paddock yielded 5.4 tonne per hectare and had a massive grain income of just over $5,000 a hectare. W1 with the Samira favour beans, they also had a really good yield of 3.8 tonne per hectare, and the grain income over 3,500. So yeah, then looking at gross margins, again that broadbean paddock stands out. So their gross margin was close to $4,500 a hectare. Again, the pulses all performed really well, with that W1 at 3.8. And then, yeah, the wheat, that was a Bennett wheat paddock, and that had a pretty decent yield of 7.6 tonne per hectare, and was also up there. So this I thought was quite interesting. Across the board, so this is looking at gross margins and total cost of production. So the red line is showing the average total cost of production, which was around $700 a hectare. And when you look across the board between participants, crop types and the regions, the total cost of production was actually quite consistent. So there wasn't a huge variation. There's probably a couple there. So the W4 wheat was a little bit higher. They did have a lime application this year, which before the competition we spread over 5 years. That would have also bumped that up. But I guess you can see, yeah, the total cost is pretty consistent across the board, whereas the gross margins are quite variable. So it really did show that in 2018 it was those grain prices and those high yields that have driven the gross margin. So yeah, just to finish off, as I said, input costs remain fairly consistent across the board, leaving gross margins to be the main driver, well, leaving grain prices and yields to be the main driver. And returns for favour beans were at a historic high of decile 10 prices for this year, so that definitely contributed to those huge gross margins. So just before I hand over to Scott, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all the growers who participated. We really appreciate the support and the time that you put in to make this competition happen. So yeah, we'd like to thank you and hope that people are keen to get on board next year again. I'd also like to thank Bush Rural Landmark and Western Ag. They provided us with the input costs, or the input prices, and so that allows us to get local prices and yeah. So I would now like to hand over to Scott Chenside, our chairman, and he's going to announce the winners.
Good morning. Having sat in a few of these competitions, I happen to know that you've already worked out that you've won, the people who've won, because you know which crops you've grown. And yes, the winner for the East, and in fact Justin told me about this crop as I came in the door, so it's fantastic to announce Justin Alexander of Rosbin for the Samira fava beans crop.
This is the second year running too that Justin's won.
Yeah, so, and the winner for the West is Stuart Robinson of Taitinga for the broad bean crop. My final words on this is thank you to all the sponsors. Rural Bank have been doing it for a while, but this is a fabulous competition. I know nearly everybody in this room loves competition. I bet all of you shout at the footy. I bet all of you love backing a local country team. I bet there's the odd racehorse that catches your eye. We need to have this competition being as thick and as fast and as hard as possible. And I think all of you that are agros here probably know of one or two clients that are too shy or reluctant to want to have a go. So it's up to you to put their names down and get them on board. This is a much better way to do it probably than all of us used to try and cheat down at Inverleigh as to how we could do things. And this is the way to the future for a lot of younger members that can learn lots of things in the discussion pre, during and after in their own paddocks. You all keep telling me that the biggest benefit to southern farming systems is the discussion we have between ourselves in the paddock when we're talking about these things that have been very well put to us on the board today. So let's encourage the next gen to knock over those people that have just won Yes, there was a certain skew towards pulses and pricing this year as well, but otherwise it is a very fair competition because we've got constants of using contract rates, amortising line, doing all those sort of things. So let's get out there and encourage more people to do it. Thank you also to Ashley for her work in this. It's not easy to herd cats, but it's fantastic you've done it, and I really do believe in this competition.